Welcome to the informative session of the third biannual 2025 J.U.C. Media, Digital Art, Research, Writing, and Innovation Awards. Initially, the J.U.C. Media, Research, and Writing Awards project was introduced in New York City on January 29, 2020 by Bircan Unver, mother of John Unver Culkin, J.U.C. In this context, as one of the key evaluation criteria, we will look for ideas by each applicant, students' commitment to the water action, along with timeline and action plan as well. Through this meeting, we aim to encourage students to work on a submission during the summer and towards participation of schools and civil society organizations and NGOs. So I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Dahlia Sabri. Dr. Dahlia Sabri is a board member at the IWRA and chair of the IWRA Egypt chapter. Dr. Dahlia Sabri is an advisor in water resources engineering and holds a PhD in water resources engineering from the University of TU Berlin, Germany, a Master of Science in Water Resources Engineering from Lund University, Sweden, and a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering from Cairo University, Egypt. Dahlia has worked in the UN, EU, and in governmental agencies and the private sector of the MENA region, Sweden and Germany. She's an expert on water reuse, groundwater, and soil salinity modeling.
I'm going to speak today about achieving SDG 6 and the water action decade. The concept of the sustainable goals or the global goals were adopted by the United Nations state member in 2025 as a universal call to action and to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that all people enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030. SDGs are include 17 SDG, and they are integrated. They recognize that action in one area will affect outcomes in others, and that development must balance social, economic, and environmental sustainability. The main idea behind this SDG is the pledge to leave no one behind. So countries committed to fast-track progress for those to bring the world to bring the world to several life-changing, which are zeros, including zero poverty, zero hunger, AIDS, discrimination against women. Now we have another zeros like zero carbon, zero waste. So the zeros, the life-changing zeros, were the main idea behind this. Our topic today is SDG 6. So I don't know if SDG 6. The title of the goal is to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. This is the title of the goal. The goal consists of 6 sub-goals and 2 it's like 2 other sub-goals. So the first one, which is 6.1, is to achieve universal and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water for all. And this goal has another sub-goal, which is proportion of population using safely managed drinking water. And this is like each goal should have an indicator. So during the achievement of these goals, we know that we can keep track of achieving the goals. So goal 6.2, which is to achieve access and to adequate and equitable sanitation and hygiene for all, and end open defecation, paying special attention to the needs of women and girls and those in vulnerable situations. So we can know that we are on track, and we evaluate this achieving this goal by knowing the population who are using safely managed sanitation services, including hand washing facilities with soap and water. 6.3, I'm going through it one by one because I think that some people may not be aware of these goals. So that's why I'm going slowly with these goals. So 6.3 is improve water quality by reducing pollution, eliminating dumping and minimizing release of hazardous chemicals and materials, having the proportion of untreated wastewater and sustainability, increasing recycling and safe reuse globally. So this one also has two sub goals for treated wastewater safely treated and bodies of water with good ambient water quality. Moving to the 6.4, which is substantially increase water use efficiency across all sectors and ensure sustainable withdrawals and supply of fresh water to address water scarcity and substantially reduce the number of people suffering from water scarcity. The two sub-goals for this one are the change in water use efficiency over time, or this is like how we indicate that we are achieving or on track of achieving this goal. Change in water use efficiency over time, level of water stress, the freshwater withdrawal as a proportion of available freshwater resources. Goal 6.5 is to implement integrated water resources management at all levels, including through transboundary cooperation as appropriate. So degree of integrated water resources management implementation from 0 to 100 and proportion of transboundary basin area with an operational arrangement of water cooperation. So by 2030 also protect and restore water-related ecosystem, including mountains, forests, wetlands, rivers, aquifers, and lakes. This will be indicated by change in the extent of water-related ecosystem over time. The two other goals for sub-goals for 6.A are, for goals SDG 6. We have 6.A and 6.B. 6.A is to expand international cooperation and capacity building, support developing countries in water and sanitation related activities and programs, including water harvesting, desalination, water efficiency, wastewater treatment, recycling, and reuse technologies. And this one have a 6.A.1 and amount of water and sanitation related official development assistance that is part of a government coordinated spending plan. 6.B, support and strengthen the participation of local communities in improving water and sanitation management. And 6.B.1, proportion of local administrative units with established and operational policies and procedures for participation of local communities in water and sanitation. So this is in general the all SDG 6. This is the goal sub goals of this one and the indicators. I added this slide just to give you an overview why we need to achieve these goals. I mean, there is global water crisis, as we all know. We see from here that the water usage is increasing with time because of the increase of the population, the urbanization, all the factors that put stress on the water, our freshwater resources. So you can see here that how this is evolving with time. And the main sector that is using agriculture is the main sector that using water, fresh water. You can imagine that agriculture in some countries amounts like 85% of their fresh water resources. So what is left for the other usages are only 15%. So agriculture is the main consumer. For fresh water. So how is this SDG 6 supposed to be implemented? The main idea is for the countries to implement and achieve this goal through the couple of strategies that countries have adopted to achieve this goal. So the vision is to set the target. The first thing the countries started to do before reporting to the UN for achieving this goal is to have the vision. Setting the target is to know where we are, where we want to be, and to put strategic objective, like what are the main issues on which it is necessary to focus on, and the KPIs, which are the indicators reflecting the achievement of the objectives, and challenges to define the challenges prevent the achievement of each objective. Challenges for monitoring and follow-up of SDGs are really huge, and we have many challenges. I just put here a couple of points just to give you an overview of these challenges. First thing, for example, building better partnership with stakeholders. The main idea behind the SDGs is for everyone to come together and work on achieving this together and not working in silos. So it is the idea to bring all stakeholders together and partner to achieve this goal. Another challenge is gaps related to indicator production, like lack of availability, disaggregation of different methodologies. Some countries are not aware of the proper way or methodology to produce indicators or to show the indicators of achieving this SDGs, which result in that they appear on the map of the UN that they are lack of achieving the SDGs. Of course, capacity buildings and lack of big data, that we don't have the data, so the countries cannot report or achieve the SDGs. Increase of using administrative records and raise awareness. This is one of the challenges that the countries also face, and national strategy for statistical systems. So how to overcome these challenges? Some ideas or some points here is to coordinate between different departments to obtain the data, because as I said, we should not work on silos. This is like should be a national strategy for each country to work together and coordinate together and collaborate to achieve the goals. Identify most important challenges that face monitoring SDGs, and to identify the most important capacity building programs. We're building on integrated database to serve monitoring and follow up SDGs. Of course, raising awareness of the public, because they should participate in this process by producing posters, the media, graphics, storytellings, and so on. The Water Action Decade starts from 2018 till 2028. The idea behind this Water Action Decade is to accelerate efforts toward achieving SDGs. Because if you go to the website, I mean, how do you know about achieving the SDGs for countries? You can go to the website of the UN. Unfortunately, I cannot show it to you now. And then you can track the achievement of SDGs for each country. It's very simple, and you can see indicators how they achieve it, and if they are on track or lag behind, or they are advanced, but no one is advanced, but you can track this. So the Water Decade aims to foster international cooperation and promote sustainable water management practices. The key initiatives of the Water Decade include raising awareness about the importance of water and sanitation, encouraging an exchange of knowledge and best practices. So the Water Action Decade is a long initiative, and I think now we have already had the UN Water Conference in 2023, and the next one will be in 2026. And the last one, I mean, not the last one, but the one that we will review the national, the Water Action Decade will be in 2028. So this initiative is emphasizing the international cooperation and to partnership and to tackle issues such as water scarcity, pollution, and inadequate infrastructure. I just want to emphasize that the international cooperation is a cornerstone of the Water Action Decade, and I would like to thank really Bircan for her efforts. She's bringing all people from different parts of the world to, and this is like an international dialogue. We're doing it on a stakeholders, civil society level, which is really very important, like the one they is done on the high level panels like we see in the UN and so on. So this collaborative efforts is very important, and it should be really emphasized and highlighted.
I would like to kickstart the Q&A session. My first question to Ms. Bircan is it possible for applicants to participate in and receive rewards from multiple categories?
We won't suggest that because the whole idea is to pick up one category that the student feels the best who and she might be in and contribute to it. The whole idea is also to diversify who's going to receive the awards. So in short response, we strongly suggest only one category, and if someone submits to category, it may not be evaluated.
Speaking about the categories, what is the exact description of the media and digital arts category?
The real sense of production, the idea, is not just talking, a cell phone and recording and sending that. It has to be a production quality. It has to be concept quality. A media project requires visual, audio, music, text, graphics, one of those illustration combinations. And minimum is 3 minutes, up to 7 minutes. And also it must be horizontal. The format also MP4, horizontal, and minimum 3 minutes.
And also going off of the categories of the J.U.C awards, we have a new category of innovation that wasn't in the 2023 J.U.C awards. What does the category innovation entail exactly?
What the innovation is different from the research and writing is really someone should say, like seeing a maquette project, like a model, or writing the matrix and parameters that can be, maybe it may not be exact, but someone can work on it and develop it. This is also for students might be a path that may take afterwards. Innovation project should be something, a response to the question. It could be a issue at home, water resources, or some experience, some research base. But it should analyze and come up with that project, innovative project, a solution by the participants too.
How can participants in the research, writing, and innovation categories go about citations and references for their work?
So if a student is, developing an idea, that is something based on something already had happened. So whether research, whether innovation, it has to be full credit. Credential is the references are one of the 6 or 8 metrics to evaluate cross for the quality and efficiency and in terms of the content, and then relying the source in a correct way. So for the writing, essays might be good, but story, of course, doesn't require. Interview also may be necessary. So in general, media, yes, media is the, it could be a video page, and then the sources benefited. And in that context, one thing I just remember, I forgot to mention, For the digital art, we also request minimum 250 to 350 artist statement, student statement that will be also posted along with the project, also will be incorporated with the book project if the piece is the winner.
One critical value that judges look for in water action decade submissions.
Since this is water action decade, and the UN has target to be accomplished, achieve the SDGs at large by 2030, as we heard from Dr. Sabri, and of course SDG 6 for the water as well, and it's a kind of skin and bone with every other SDGs. So the water action decade action, it requires commitment. First, you have to make commitment, whatever you do, the video, visual arts, research, innovation, or any form of writing. The first, we aim to encourage, involve, and make commitment and deliver and work towards that commitment. So commitment and deliver and action. Yes, that will be the skeleton, because otherwise it might be too theoretical, too abstract. Then it may take maybe another 30 years. That might happen, and it might be good as a vision. But vision could be more abstract, but the action and timeline and commitment, but how you want to contribute this in your life, personal life, family life, professional life, and social life.
How will the distribution of the monetary awards take place, especially for the underage participants?
Underage, the first degree mother or father, maybe one of them may not be around, or social life may be separated. So it could be first degree brother and sister. That could be mentioned in the maybe biography. And the bank form will be sent, the bank form here, what it requires to make a global wire. And then when it's received completely, then I'm only able to transfer, process it. If there is a missing information, wrong information, or wrong type, it doesn't go. Once we receive that full, after the award ceremony, it will take from a week to 2 weeks. If student is 18 and has a bank account, no issues, directly providing me that information, filling out the form, what bank requests. And then if underage, then first degree family member information should be sent, bank information should be sent in reference to her or his name.
How will the evaluation process change in regard to digital plagiarism and AI writing tools?
We had plagiarism. We all checked through, and when we had a little suspicion, or it's even the universal, that there is certain degree acceptable, let's say 30%, but not 70 or not over 33 something. So we ran through all this, and then if we have an issue, if it's something above that, then even we didn't post this. The eligibility comes with the complete material, consent form, and words and medium, etc. But also, if it's let's say over acceptable percentage, then it's not eligible. So this year we put in the guidelines from the start, because young maybe likes something, and he may not aware, she may not aware the percentage or the evaluation criteria for that particular purpose. So then we don't want to kind of disappoint them. Also, we don't want to also disappoint our esteemed panelists. I mean, evaluation committee, they are all professors, like over 50, 60, 70 years old. So it's also my obligation to present them original and acceptable submissions. Those will go to posted and presented to the evaluation committee.
Are there any recommendations you have or tips for future participants?
I think if there is going to be individual submissions, And then depending on, let's say, coming through an NGO, civil society or individual most will go through me, because then will has to ask, send email, and not hesitate, because otherwise I won't know if she or he has problem or question, or maybe not decided to which direction to go. So mainly I rely on the schools and the organizations. Then they can encourage and guide them, but also I can be working directly to them. And then when something is missing, and then they can, but if individuals, it might be through me or through the, let's say in Istanbul, I may direct, in Turkey, I might direct to you. Okay, why don't you collaborate, contact with our student coordinator in Turkey or India, or maybe Dahlia's, maybe Dahlia, I have to approach Dahlia. If she is going to join as an organization, contributing organization through her Egypt chapter, then she will be the guide and contact person. But if she, because her International Water Resource Association is a global organization, I don't know whether she may not. If she may not able to do so, maybe she may join in with her organization.
I think that's the end of our questions, but I would like to add, if there are any participants from Turkey or anywhere really, you guys can also become in contact with me for future participants at least. I'm always open for that.
Hoping to get good quality and many submissions, as many as we can. Let's make it together. And just okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone.